An actual buying power, not the price number, value. We are nearly at the equivalent at a 2300 S&P in terms of monetary supply, right? The low in the pandemic was 2500. But in terms of buying power, it's equivalent. The price right now is equivalent to being at a 2300 2 years ago. This is silly. We are not in the worst place now than we were at the peak / max COVID fear. This is silly. It's time to dollar cost average long-term assets. For cryptos, Bitcoin is well below 10K and 2020 dollars. This is the hardest crash in buying power in the history of crypto. The price is higher, the buying power isn't. This is what people need to wrap their minds around. Money supply, Federal Reserve. The thing is, though, cryptos don't get is stocks, real estate, and cash flow assets that can be safely bought here because they have underlying cash flow that guarantees their value. Crypto doesn't. Thus, crypto has no supported bottom. That's the thing. That's the thing with crypto. That's why crypto can have more volatile swings up and down, because the underlying backing of many cryptos is speculative, right? It doesn't have these like, oh, okay, like per year this company makes this amount of dollars. Per year this company pays out X amount to the holders. Okay, like if I hold this, I'm like basically not guaranteed, but I know I'm going to be earning this dividend, and they have this history of paying X and they're projected to make this much. It's very solid to like buy the stock because you know that it's like pegged to a certain value. But crypto does, most cryptocurrencies don't pay you dividends, and the ones that have fallen out of the sky like a Ponzi. So crypto does have that against it. Nonetheless, I think Becker's right on the money in these comparisons that he's comparing to buying power, right? Oh, okay, Bitcoin's not at the prices it was previously, but in terms of its buying power, it's that of a $10,000 Bitcoin, right? Back in 2020 dollars. So it's really good perspective that Becker brings here. Something you need to understand, because once again, they didn't call the top, right? These people didn't call the top. What makes you think they're going to call the bottom? What makes you think they're going to call the bottom? Seriously, like, you need to really be skeptical here. I've been leaning more bullish as of late. Some knowledge from Hormozy. Working too much leads to burnout. Reality. Not being able to manage your emotions leads to burnout. Facts. We have some traders who are bullish on ETH. They think a bounce is coming. God knows what. Who we'll see. We'll see if there's a bounce. Looks like it's holding really solid. I like that crypto, even though with the volatility with the Fed and all this, still holding pretty good around the 1300 zone. Around that zone. So we just got to wait and see. Anything can happen. Not financial advice. They want you fat, financially dependent, and mentally weak. How else are they going to financially drain you and your wife while they try to teach your kids weird shit when you two aren't around? Drink the booze, watch TikTok, eat sugar, support the current thing, sit like a junkie in front of the TV. Nothing is wrong. Everything's fine. Good brain dead boy. And he's right, though. There's so much wrong here from many angles, whether we want to look at what's going on fiscally, what's going on globally, what's going on locally. There's so much wrong. right? If you just go with the flow, you're gonna end up like the average American, and the average American ain't looking too good. They're not looking too good. They're set up to work for the rest of their life. They're set up to have pretty much no savings when they're older. They're set up to be in debt. They're set up to be overweight. They're set up to just, not truly get opinions of their own, but all of their opinions being formed by the media, all of their opinions being formed by the government. You don't want to be average. And I'm sure that's why a lot of you are in this space, because you're seeking a life that's beyond the mean, beyond the average. Something unique to you, but something superb, something excellent. Right? That's the life that I want. We must strengthen ourselves. That's why you need to pull up the resolve to stay in the market. Okay? Stay in the market. If you can't stay in the market, this is the most important time, because if you can't endure this, you don't deserve the gains. You deserve to come back when the bull run's kicking in. You deserve to buy that top. Well, I'll sell you all of my shit when I get my 20, 30, 40 X's, and you're coming back because you're getting FOMO'd from Cointelegram, and you're getting FOMO'd from crypto Twitter and YouTube and CNBC. Oh, Jim Cramer, I think Ethereum's going to go up 300%. And I'll be selling it to you happily, because now I understand. I know how this shit works. But you need to build the resolve to endure it. Otherwise, you don't deserve any of the gains. You just don't. You don't deserve it. It's just my opinion. Money bullish on builders. I completely agree. I've been saying this for a hot minute. I should retweet this actually on the main account. Bullish on builders, facts, and real builders. You know what I'm saying? Like people who are actually doing it. Some people are really good at showing that they're building and like the perception of building versus actual development. Take this into consideration, guys, that it's not about followers at the end of the day. Like, being a successful entrepreneur doesn't mean having like 200,000 followers, or being a successful whatever X type company doesn't mean having a big following. Having a big following just means you're good at getting attention and you're good at being loud, which is really great. There's a lot of good that you can do with that in terms of impact, being a thought leader, helping people, monetization, whatever. But there's many people who have created incredibly great things, software companies, inventions, physical things, who have like 500 followers. Okay. Don't get caught up in this fucking, every single important person must be an influencer. Some of the most incredible people on Twitter, like one guy I follow who's worth over $100 million, and he's a crypto freaking astronaut. Look how many followers he has. Does he have 300,000 followers and he's doing, pumping them with bots? No, he's got 7,000 followers. He's low key. Okay. Keep that in mind. That's if you've been in this space long enough, you probably understand that now, that it's not just about having big following. Now, it does have that cognitive effect. It makes you feel like someone is an authority, and that is true. There's truth to that. Like, why would all these people follow him? But understand that it's like, for the most part, it's probably because they're really good at being loud. It does not mean that they're the best or the smartest in the room. They're just the loudest in the room. Right? Okay, I want to show you guys a TikTok I made recently. I think you're going to find it valuable. Hey, what's good, Frankens? We got Randy here, guys here, Hurricane. Hey, there we go. I was waiting for my friend. I think I just streamed way too early. Yeah, I should have waited, but you know how it is. Did a little bit of a streamy poo. I want to play this TikTok for y'all. Let me know what you think. The dark truth about the crypto and stocks media machine. Nobody's the dark truth about the crypto and stocks media machine. Nobody's got a clue what they're talking about. And if you can get through your fish-like attention span, I'm going to show you how you keep getting shaken out of your bags. Wait, what? Why is this happening? Okay, it just bugged out. Here's the dark truth about the crypto and stocks media machine. Nobody's got a clue what they're talking about. And if you can get through your fish-like attention span, I'm going to show you how you keep getting shaken out of your bags, how big money keeps fucking you over. And if you watch this video to the end, you'll learn how to actually get an edge and outplay these mind tricks. Last year, everybody wanted to buy stocks. Everybody wanted to buy crypto. I had buddies and neighbors who shouldn't even be in this market coming out of the woodwork and wanting to buy the top. And that's what it was. The GME pump, the QE mania debt bull run was a seller's
market heads like you and I bought and held the bag up until now. And the mainstream media perfectly conditioned us to do this. He was one of the top YouTubers in crypto. You can clearly see his views peaked back during this mania phase. At the time, tech stocks and crypto were going ballistic. Here's the videos he was posting. Bitcoin to $250,000. Top 3 altcoins to buy. 2 coins to 10x. ADA explosion. Top 3 coins to 3 million. Become an Ethereum millionaire. Cardano 100x moonshot. CNBC. I think tech is a little oversold. Sell-off opportunities are a good time to buy stocks. The economy is strong. We'll get through this. I'm not giving up on this market, says Jim Cramer. Big money was selling, and you ended up holding the bag. And now that the market has cooled off, and we're 8 months deep into a Fed rate hike cycle, S&P coming down nearly
30%. Tech is down massive. Crypto is down massive. And here's what they're posting, right? Crypto Banter, massive, absolutely massive media channel on crypto. Avoid this trap. I'm selling my Bitcoin. Like, this is bad. This is bad. This is war. This is bad. Negative. Like, holy shit. Okay, what about BitBoy? Bitcoin smashed. No end in sight. Doomsday for Bitcoin. Like, does this look anything like he was posting? Tell people to buy 100x at the top of the fucking bull run. Like, oh God. Like, it's just, when you understand this now, you get it. It's like, you're supposed to be making, hey, this coin could 1000x in 2019, 2020. You know, hey, I found PancakeSwap at a penny. I found Uniswap at $1. I think this could 20x. You don't start making these videos after they've already pumped so aggressively. Like, it's just that sentiment, right? Right now, it's definitely a lot more popular to talk about the negativity than to talk about anything positive. Like, if you make bullish content, no one's going to click it. They're going to think you're stupid, or, they'll click it, but it's hopium. So the time when you start seeing bullish content and like month over month of bullish content while price is increasing, you need to get very scared. You need to be like, damn, there's probably a good chance that we're starting to get toppy. This just smells like the bottom. Like, this just smells like the bottom. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm crazy? This just smells like the bottom to me. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. GG Frankens. What's good? What's good, senor? The brothers. That's good. I've been on loading screen for 20 minutes. Is that related to the stream, or is that something else? Oh, okay, never mind. Thank you, guys. Beauty. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think that, like, the stream. Okay, gotcha. I just don't think that there's so much room to go down. I really don't. It could happen. Crypto can always surprise us, but we'd have to get like an invasion of Taiwan or some new type of really, really bad news event to see another capitulation. But so far, we're holding the previous all-time high as support pretty damn well. I think we also are at low prices, right? Like, the best time to buy is when you don't want to buy, and everyone wants to not buy and they're waiting for lower prices, right? The best time to sell is when you don't want to sell, when you feel so bullish and you think that there's going to be higher prices. Like, I just see that the opposite's true, and I feel that in my core as like a human being, my emotions, and I see it in the market. I see it on Twitter. I see it on content creators. So many people are waiting for lower prices, and it's like, dude, like, this just feels like like Bitcoin at 50 to 60K all over again, and people calling for 70, 80, 100K, 250K. Like, it feels the exact same shit, but flipped. Like you said, when it's all bull, people sell. When nobody is bull, then it's the time to buy. So hard to mentality. I know. I think we are at low prices. Yeah, no problem. Send me one ETH. Yeah, dude. Honestly, I think it is the time to start securing those long-term positions. And you just got to pick those positions very intelligently, because crypto is not like stocks. We don't have these like, it's so speculative, you know what I mean? That's why it's like it could go lower, but it also has insane upside. But you just need to be cautious with how you go about it. I wanted to show this video right here, this technical analysis that I was watching. I thought was really good.
And analysis. Today, we're going to talk about a scenario for Bitcoin that I'm sure a lot of people are wondering about out there. And the question is, what would happen if Bitcoin set new lows? What if it took out that low from back there in June? How deep would the Bitcoin price go? Would that be the end of the bear market? Is it a buy the dip situation? Well, like with all TA, it's speculation, but I'll be more than happy to speculate here on my channel like I always do. I presented the cases on why the current price level that we're at for Bitcoin is so important when it comes to any chances of there even being a new bull run. My current thoughts are that the June low has to hold. Several weeks ago, I was on the BitBoy YouTube channel, and they asked me, when do I think we're going to see a new all-time high for Bitcoin? And I responded, I think there's a chance that we won't ever see anyone, at least not in the next 4-year cycle. Their jaws pretty much dropped. They laughed at that idea. And I'm certain there were plenty of thumbs down that were just added to this video merely for stating that. But I'll show you guys the reason why. Of course, I'm not just going to sit here and be some type of FUD starter. I'll show you the charts and why my thought process goes down that road. But for any chance of there being a new all-time high in the next 4-year cycle, my thoughts are that the current level has to hold. Not a dip down to 14,000, not a dip down to 12, not to 16, but the current low in June has to hold. Otherwise, Bitcoin is making a very similar structure to what a collapsing asset looks like. One that eventually comes down here to below $3,000. First of all, before I add a whole new set of thumbs downs to my videos, I did anticipate that the top of Bitcoin was coming in here. It's now been about a year. I can't believe it's been a year since that time frame of really screaming, hey, this is the end for Bitcoin. This is the end for Bitcoin, and pointing down to lower prices, to which people argued it would be impossible for the price to dip back below the all-time high because it's never happened before. But I argued that, yes, we absolutely have, and that this has been one major super cycle, and that we were coming up on the end of this super cycle. And this time period, we did actually come back down below the all-time high, and that we're in a major super cycle, and that we've made pretty equivalent moves over here to what happens during these super cycles during these time periods, and that this was kind of the ending. Here we go. We've now gone on to this long bear. But the argument was that we could not go below the all-time high because it's never happened before in Bitcoin's history. And yes, it absolutely has before. It sticks true with the model of supercycle theory that it would go below the all-time high. Hey, well, you know, we have gone below the all-time high. I was arguing all of this, all of 2021, and especially back in here in September, October, November, December. And I had completed my exit plan for Bitcoin by selling 65% of it on February 21st, 2021. Which was right there
That
on
timing.
The day of this top.
Incredible timing.
One of the first ones to kind of get out in here, right in the middle of all the Wall Street bet stuff, all the laser eyes, diamond hands, all the crazy stuff happening in there. It's hard to believe that's over a year and a half ago, coming up on 2 years now. So pretty crazy for me to be saying, hey, I'm starting to accumulate Bitcoin again, right? But I've been using this theory for a long time. So when I start talking about stuff saying, hey, if we break into new lows, it opens up the chance for us to be going down to like $3,000. It's not me being a fudster. I was perceived as a fudster back in here when selling my Bitcoin. You go read the comments of that tweet back there on February 21st. Yeah, you got all the stuff. Thanks for selling me your Bitcoin, dummy. You know, and perceived as a fudster there. And I'm sure it'd be perceived as a fudster on this, but that's not my point. I just know that a lot of people want the price to dip down a little bit lower. And so I'm going to talk about my working theory on what would happen if that did occur, if this isn't actually the bottom for Bitcoin right here. We'll go back and we'll say, you know, why was the top of Bitcoin, you know, obvious there, outside of just like picking a fractal and saying the fractal said that that was the top of Bitcoin back in there. You know, the thing was that Bitcoin's market cap had reached out to a 4.236 extension. So my working theory, even in the depths of C19, back here, I was making YouTube videos, you know, price of Bitcoin's $4,000, $5,000. I'm like, hey, we're going to 70K. No, you're irresponsible. It's never going to happen. apply that same methodology to Ethereum, that, hey, same thing, looking for the same thing for Ethereum, get up to that 4.236 extension, thought process the whole way. And that, of course, was my thought process for XRP, which I have to take the lick on the chin for. XRP did not do it, but it was applying the same strategy that I was using for Bitcoin and using for Ethereum. Bitcoin and Ethereum both hit it. XRP, unfortunately, did not. So if we kind of get a closer look at how this all played out in here for Bitcoin back in 2014 and 2015, and attempt to apply it to what's going on right now, because obviously this thing looks way different, right? Even my expectations were like, hey, here we go, exit plan completed, looking for one more push up to get to like 70 to 80 potentially. Never happens. Boy, it becomes this big kind of rolling structure up in here. And then we just get no retracement coming out of this, right? So if we kind of try to take like a closer look at what happened there at the end of that previous super cycle for Bitcoin to try to align things up and say, how did this thing play out? Well, we recognize that the second half of this thing, this whole ending, has really mirrored what the endings look like. And from a time perspective,
this is really interesting how he puts the chart. Like that bounce we had in the summer of 2021 may have been a dead cat bounce. It may have been the retracement. And then since, like technically, I mean, if we think of it from a sentiment POV, I do think February, May 2021 was the technical top. Like if you look at this euphoric rise, he was expecting one more pump and then the collapse down, right? But we just got like that correction, this bounce back to highs, a double top, and then we rolled over. But it looks so like similar. Its pattern, its behavior after topping and bouncing and rolling over and rolling down, and now being in a accumulation phase.
Perspective lines up quite well with our top actually happening back in here. Notice how our breakouts come out in here. Notice how we're working through this area together right in here. That the extreme time period lines up there for April 14th, which is the day that Coinbase IPO'd. We had peak excitement in the market.
That's crazy.
And then wild action in here. Then suddenly we really kind of start to fall in line with how a capitulation starts to play out. And then now looking potentially like we're working on Wyckoff accumulation that could go on for a very long time, just grinding out throughout here. But the things to take notice of are how these endings really work themselves out in here, and that we've pulled back into these same locations for when the breakout of the previous super cycles occurred. If we say, no, that doesn't matter, and we just kind of move this along over here, suddenly we just don't have anything with Bitcoin's price action that is resembling previous Bitcoin falls. It doesn't resemble what happens when it's a organized corrective structure that is more so of an A, B, C correction to line itself up and go off on a new bull run, which is what we had happen back in here as well, is that you have your A, B, C correction. Right now with Bitcoin's current price action, there's nothing in there resembling any type of ABC correction happening in here. It has just been straight line down. And so when we go back and we think about, well, how did the ending of this cycle come to an end, right? It was like super exciting, super exciting, super exciting, boom. Then it's just straight up over. What do we have? Super exciting, super exciting, super exciting, boom. Then waddling sideways, right? So if we assume kind of during that time period that this was when the excitement all ended, it did all end back in here, and we understand how this price fractals have come to a conclusion in here, that we have created what would be capitulation. In addition, we had things breaking in this market. We had Luna, we had UST, we had the depegging of USDT, Three Arrows Capital, BlockFi, Celsius. We had
Voyager
breaking in this market. Those are things that happen in capitulation.
Yeah,
those are max fear events.
It really is.
And all of that occurred as we shuffled our way down in here. So when you think of it from a psychology perspective, when things get that scary, when they get that bad, it is natural human behavior that people want to sell. Totally. And if you sell, you have the conviction that things must go lower. It's one thing to sell just because of a technical reason, but it's another thing when there's like this really bad narrative to go along with it, right? So does it seem like we had events and circumstances that resemble capitulations of things got incredibly bad? For sure. And not only that, our price level where we've pulled back to for Bitcoin is of an interesting price level. You get back to the previous all-time high. You're matching structurally on fractals. It's also a technical retrace level of the entire length of the whole wave.
786.
So we actually have gotten back to a 786 Fibonacci retracement level. In addition, if we do study that time period back in here, in which we have been showing capitulation.
Yeah, look at the RSI
Occurring in here for Bitcoin, we can take a look at how it looked when the top did come in, working the theory of this being the actual top, right? We notice in here, see.
Yeah, he's right. If you look at the RSI, what was that? February, March 2021 was the top on the RSI. The bounce we got in November 2021 was so feeble. Look at that on the RSI, though it technically put a little bit higher. It was a very feeble bounce. And then look at the lows, look at the bottoms. 2018 bottom, you can see the RSI tapped 25. Boom, right there, bottom. Tapped it again back 2014, 2013, whatever. Boom, bottom. We actually went below here. We went below. It was actually lower than C19 sell-off. We went below right at the end, that capitulation on June. Crazy.
See how high this RSI is in here from that time period, equivalent to this moment in here. See how high the RSI is in here. Then as it works its way down and bounces up, you work your way down with a bounce up. That is what we saw happen in here as well. So as we pulled back in here and then our move up, just like we saw over there for Bitcoin back in 2014, and then off into capitulation we go, off into capitulation we go, both times going into oversold weekly RSI.
Wow.
So a lot on the screen there, but taking another look at it a little bit closer to see, this is your initial fall, and this is your initial fall, both back to the same weekly RSI levels on both of these. And I'll take these off there so you can see them a little bit better at this point to see how they both fall off in here from this moment back in here that we fall all the way down. Then notice how it bounces up into this moment and into this moment over here. And then as it rolls down, we have an ABC, rolls down, ABC, and then off into capitulation. After the ABC, off into capitulation. So from RSI standpoints, fractal standpoints of what capitulations happen at the end, and notice no real retracements coming in here, right? That's precisely what we've had happen in here at this moment. Fib levels, perfect 786 fib hit along with on the
so many structural
cap, the previous all-time high.
Like that's just insane. Like look at all that confluence, right? The fractal, the Fibonacci, the previous all-time high, the RSI. Like there's just so much confluence pointing that this is the bottom. The market what you call it, the fear and greed, the market sentiment being trash, the capitulation events that happened. It's like 7 types of confluence saying, pointing out that we've passed the capitulation. We're in an accumulation bottom. Like we're in an accumulation phase. That's what it is saying. Like I really do believe that. Now, this is a very long video. I don't want to sit and watch it all. I do encourage you to check it. Blockchain Backer. He goes over the worst case scenario too of like, if this does snap, we lose those like all those structural, like all that structural integrity becomes invalidated. And then that would mean we're in a completely different, like something completely different for the first time ever is happening, which he would say is a crashing asset class. Like he's saying Bitcoin to $3,000, which is fucking insane. But think about it. That would happen if the stock market fell apart. If the US dollar kept rallying, which it won't, at some point they just can't have the dollar keep rallying. The world's way too leveraged up. But hypothetically, if the dollar kept rallying and if the stock market began to show weakness and go into like a 50%, 60% type crash, we would see crypto just fall off a cliff for sure. But if you're on the camp that you think the stock market will hold in these zones, that it's bottomed, if you're in the camp that you know that central bankers always eventually will tend to inflate the market and worsen the value of the dollar. If you're in those camps, then I think it's fair to assume that things are actually bullish. Even though it feels horrible, it really does. I actually think it's bullish. What do you guys think? Hey, we got Evil in the chat. Here's the fam. Let's go. Trading View is the best. It's true. What's good, Lux, Luffy? We got Stella here. GM Fedez. Hey, Hurricane. Here are the homies. Ooh, bust out the guns. Here are the homies. Yeah, I do think I am in the camp that This just has so many structural similarities to the past. Like I don't know what else to say. Like, I think he wraps it up so perfectly. Like, the past 10 minutes of just breaking this down, it makes complete sense. It makes complete sense. I guess we'll have to see, right? But I would love for Bears to be wrong. And I would absolutely love for Bears to be wrong. I think it's a win-win. I think it is a win-win, but we'll just have to see how it pans out. We'll have to see how it pans out. Okay, Oakley Dokes. That pretty much wraps her up. Like I said, Franken-Tape is released. We're working on the DAO. The DAO is going well. Putting a lot of time, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that. And we'll just keep updating you guys as it's going. It's just going to take time. And it's one of those things that, like, with all the effort that we're putting in, and the incredibly talented devs, and the the blueprint that we put down, it's one of those things that just kind of has to naturally unfold, but fully complete for it to really, you don't want to serve a dish half cooked. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that just needs to be fully complete to really, for it to really have, how would you put it? Like, for the best impact, man, for the best impact, for people to, like, respect it and want to use it. We'll keep you guys up to date. We do have our staff chats each week. If you want to come and talk and learn more, we're always welcome to, all questions are welcome, but it is coming really good. We got some awesome stuff in the works too. Randy is working on something very special, something that you guys treasure very deeply, something that you guys have been waiting for a while, but we won't go into much detail aside from that. Thanks, Hurricane. In Brazil, after the gym, we say birl, birl, burl, birl, birl monsters. Gym 10 laundry. Love it. Dope. Let's do these giveaways, huh? Let's get these giveaways going. You guys have been a good sport, so I think you should deserve some Frankenfunk. Now that everyone's here, let me actually show you this clip. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think this is real? Is this the Chainlink CEO? Because it does look like him. Chainlink. Just type in Chainlink fight. Yeah. Okay. Check this out. Oh shit. Let me put on the screen. You tell me. This is the founder of Chainlink just got into a fight with an investor in front of a McDonald's in London. There's no audio, unfortunately, but so I'm guessing the shirtless guy is the investor. That guy does look like the Chainlink CEO founder, like the beard, the hair, the clothing. I guess it's just some bear market type phenomenon. Like, people are just grumpy, but that's just horrible, man. Like, people need to be responsible for their own actions. You can't be mad because price went up, didn't go up, and now you're all butthurt about it. Like, maybe this isn't even related to that. Maybe it's like just some random drunk guy picking a fight. But if this is true, if it is an investor who's mad, I mean, I would, assuming that the Chainlink people did do anything wrong. I think they have an incredibly good reputation, and they're building something really incredible. The Oracle stuff is going to be very useful. This just kind of reminds me of, like, price don't go up, I'm mad. But I guess we just won't know because we don't have context. But yeah, it's just some debauchery. Like, what the fuck is that? Oh man. In Brazil. Oh yeah, lol. Thanks a lot for doing the lives every week, bro. It means a lot to be invested with someone who cares and appreciated. Much love. My pleasure, yo. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I love this space. I love the people in this space. I love you guys. I think you all are very bright minded. And if it's just going to be the 10, 15, 20 of us, that's perfectly fine. I'm content with that. We'll just keep building, keep chipping at it. We stay here, we get through the it's like we set sail back when the bull run started. It's like you set sail in this bougie boat, perfect weather. You're just coasting. You're throwing your fish net into the water. You're getting the best fish effortlessly. Your other buddy's getting massive fish. You're so inspired. Bear market hits, holes in the boat, thunderstorm, waves. No one's not catching shit. People ain't catching shit no more. You're lucky if you could get krill. You're lucky if you get shrimp and sardines. And so it's rough. But it's like, bro, I'm not, like, I'm here with you guys. We're not jumping ship. Like, let's fix the holes in the boat. Let's stay organized. Let's just keep going, because this storm isn't going to last forever. It's not going to be like this. We're not going to be in a drought forever. You just have to bear through it. Just have to bear through it. No pun intended. Dang, I'm late. Yeah, I shouldn't do the early streams. I thought it would be better, but I'll just stick to going live around this time. Oh, cheers, yo. Bear through the bear market. Exactly. Bear through the bear market, which I think is coming to an end very soon. Not financial advice, but I really do. Like, I think the sentiment of how bearish people are and how they are constantly wanting lower prices says it all. Like, people have sold, people are going short, and eventually they're going to get their face melted off. They're absolutely going to get their face melted off, just like the past. So, I'm going to be here. We just keep grinding it out, man. We just keep grinding it out. Well, I actually have one more thing I'd like to show you guys. What was it? Alex Hormozy for Industries. Yes. Okay. Top 4 businesses that can make you a billionaire. Check this out. Alex Hormozy, if you don't know the guy, he's worth hundreds of millions. Absolute G. Check him out.
Top 5 industry I would be pursuing that are coming up. All things that are associated with crypto. So NFTs, DeFi, Web 3.0, e-learning. This is a big favorite of mine. And that's because the formal education has failed many of us. Is an antiquated system that is built on general knowledge rather than specific knowledge. And right now people want specific skills that they can use in the marketplace to make more money. If you have a niche skill, the e-learning marketplace is something that I would be looking at. It's remote living. More people are moving out of cities. They're moving to have more space. They're having at-home offices. This thing that I'm recording on is a mobile studio. If you're a photographer, build mobile studios. Tons of people want to be able to travel. They want to have studios from home. Tons and tons of business to be had there. You don't even have to market. There's so much demand for this type of stuff. Warehousing and logistics. There's more need for shipping and stuff to be stored now than ever before. The demand for people to be lazy is very, very high. Anything that works in a trend of delivering something to someone faster with the least amount of effort, they just click something and it shows up. Those are things that I would be investing in because I believe.
E-learning, what do you say? Crypto, DeFi, Web3, NFTs. Big and that's coming from a dude who's like worth a lot of money. And he was even telling people, he's like, I never made money in crypto. I don't think you should spend all of your money on crypto, but building a business in crypto, now you're speaking my language. So just stay through the yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I am very bullish on all those. I think crypto is going to be massive. Obviously, the e-learning. I'm very bullish on e-learning. Think about how we've been educating ourselves: YouTube, courses, Skillshare, Udemy. Like, come on, like the stuff that we know about the space, you aren't going to learn that in a classroom. You're not going to learn it in a classroom. You're not going to learn how to make, like, people who did NFT trading. You think they went to school for that shit? Come on. People who became millionaires in crypto, you think they went to school for that shit? Bruh, come on. I'm not shitting on school. If you want to become a plumber, go to a trade school. If you want to become a doctor, become a doctor. Do it. If that's how it's going to fulfill you, go for it. It's not for me. And the things that I care about, I can't learn in school. It's just not available. And if it's just a waste of time and money. So that's, there's a lot to be done. People are freaking out that it's a recession. Oh, the world's doomed. But like, there's money everywhere. There's money to be made. There's so much that you can do. Like, think about it. People are, what do you think? Do you think the world ended during the housing crash in 08, 09, the stock market dump? Bro, there was people making a killing during that period of time, and will continue to. And even if things are still volatile, there's you got to get your brain working. You need to start getting your brain working, get creative, think outside the box. So, oh, guys, stop it. Stop talking about my body. I'm not an object. It's all in the tries. It's the shoulder, too. The shoulder, the tries. It's bad lighting, but, we getting it going. It's also the lats. You got to make sure you're training your lats. You know what I'm saying? You got to train those lats. Dan, thanks for the songs. Love to put it in my Alexa living room and have his videos as arts. I appreciate that. I love all the stuff you do, the community art, the videos you make. It's very much so appreciated. Thank you for all the love, man. Alrighty, let's do these giveaways. And that's the end of today's show. Alrighty, let's go. Winner number 1. The rules are the same. Just screenshot it, pop it in the Discord, submit a ticket, and you will get your Frankenpunk tone. Congratulations. Well deserved too. You were giving a lot of good positive energy. You just got yourself a Frankenpunk, my friend. Tone. Screenshot this, submit a ticket in the Discord to claim your Frankenpunk. All right. Coming up next. I'm coming in hot. Who's it going to be? Playboy G. Well done. Well deserved. This is a Franken OG here. Playboy, congrats. You just got a Frankenpunk. Congrats. Winner number 3. Winner number 3. It's going to be Luffy Zhao, bro. There we go. Stella, congrats. You just got yourself another Frankenpunk. That's awesome. Just screenshot this, guys. You know the protocol. Submit a ticket in the Discord, and congratulations to all of you. Well deserved. GG's. GG. Well deserved. Yeah, you guys go crazy for those fucking Frankenpunks. I see you. Beautiful. Alrighty. Thanks for tuning in. It was a lovely stream. It was lovely for me. Hope it was lovely for you. Go and enjoy your weekend with your fam, whatever plans you have. Make sure to take time too. Work on yourself. Oh, it's the weekend. That's an excuse for me to be useless and not do nothing. You know, if you have some time booked out with your friends and your family, enjoy that. Do soak that in with your loved ones. At the same time, don't use the weekend to be a lazy shithead. Do something with yourself, man. Okay? Do something productive. To get you. Every day is equal. Every day is the same day. I don't give a shit who fucking queen dying. Well, I don't give a shit. Every day is made equal. Treat it that way. It's a big hack. It's what I use to, keep myself on the edge. But anyways, who am I to know anything? I'm just a freaking brown guy on earth. So just take it with a grain of salt. Anyways, love you all. Go all out then. Yeah, today's gym day for me. Time to get crunk. Beautiful. All right. Love you guys. Take care. I'll see you next week. Let's get it.
Shorty pick a number, ask her what she want, and she told me that she only need a one-on-one. You can go and check the wallet, I'm just having fun. Watch some money come, I ain't tryna flip, baby, I just bought the dip. And yeah, my bitch is curvy, I ain't talking about her hips. Didn't need a white list, took a shot I can't miss. I'm just sleeping while they sleeping, they forgot the D-list. Now I'm like, oh no, I don't want that FOMO. We about to blow. Don't blink too quick, might miss it when we go.